The properties and functions of the muscular system. So here in this lecture, we are going to have an introduction that what are the major properties of a muscle and what are the main functions of the muscular system for the animal's life. Right, so property means that what the muscles are meant to perform to do the normal functioning. So let's start with that. So there are five main properties of the muscles. The first one is called the excitability or the irritability. So this is a property of the muscles which enable us to receive the signal from the nervous system. Here you see in this diagram, this is the muscle and this bluish part is the axonic terminal of the nerve fiber which connects to the muscle fiber, and this brings the message in the form of the electrical current, right, to this point at the neurotransmitter junction, neuromuscular junction. And once that electrical message receives at this terminal, they release the neurotransmitters which initiate the movement or the contraction of the muscles. So in order the muscles to be functional, it has to have the ability to receive the message from this nerve. This property is called the excitability. The second is the contractility, which means that the muscle must have the ability to respond to that message which it has received in the first step, and it should be able to contract. See, this is the original shape and size of the muscles. So this is the normal sized muscles. Once it receives this message in the form of electrical current or neurotransmitters, it contracts and the size of the muscles is shortened. See? So here the size of the muscle has been reduced. The third one is the extensibility. So extensibility means that muscle must have the ability to get extended upon the movement of a muscle, right? So what this means, if I draw a quick diagram here of an arm of an animal or the human arm, right? So this is the human body and it is its arm and this is the elbow, right? So this is the elbow and there is a muscle from the shoulder and attached to the tibia and fibula. This is called biceps muscle, right? So when this bicep muscle contracts, it pulls the body towards the central axis. It pulls the arms towards the central axis of the body, right? And it gets shortened. So there are the first two steps are completed here. Like this is the muscle which receives the signal, and this is excited, and then it shortens or contracts. So this is contractile muscle. But you know the muscles are always arranged in the pairs or more than two muscles in a specific arrangement called as antagonistic muscle arrangement. So where the second muscle is the triceps muscle, which is attached on the opposite side of the same bone and to the tibia and fibula. So once that biceps, this red one, they contracts, it extends the triceps muscles, these green ones. So the green muscles must have the ability to be extended upon the pull from the bicep muscle. Right, so now imagine if this muscle, this green one, does not have ability to extend, it will not allow the bicep muscle to contract, so there will be no movement of the arm. Similarly, when the animal has to return the arm towards its normal position, these tricep muscles contract and pull this bone outward, right? And as a result, this bicep muscle has to be relaxed or extended. So this property of extending is called extensibility. The fourth one is the elasticity. Elasticity means that when there is a nerve transmission and there is a message from the brain to any muscle, it contracts. But once that message is removed or stimulus is removed, the muscle has to stop contracting and return to its normal form. So now imagine the same bicep muscle which was contracted here, right? So when this electrical signal is removed, so this muscle return to its original form, like this one was its original form. See, so the muscle has become elongated again. So this property is called elasticity. Similarly, if we talk about this tricep muscles, which has been extended due to the pull from the bicep muscles. So this, when the stimulus is removed, this tricep muscles gets its original form from the extended to the normal muscle size, right? And finally, the number 5 is the adaptability. It is the ability of the muscle to increase in size and get stronger due to increased use of that muscle, or to decrease in size due to loss of the use of that muscle. Right? So, in conclusion, there are 5 main properties which must be present in a muscle to perform its normal function. It should be able to receive the message from the brain. As a response to that message, it should be able to contract. Then its antagonistic muscle should be able to relax and extend. And once that electrical signal is removed, the muscle should be returned to its normal size, that's the elasticity. And finally, the adaptability. The muscle should respond to the extra effort and usage of those muscles. Right, so now let's move towards the next slide, which explains the functions of the muscular system. So the first important function of the muscular system is that it enables the body to move and respond quickly to the change in the environment. Then it enables the animal to express its feelings and emotions. So all the body language and non-verbal communication that is helped by the muscular movement in the face or neck region or in the body region. Then there are some smooth type of the muscles which are responsible for the movement of the different materials through the body viscera. Right? So like the blood moves in the vessels, it is due to smooth muscles. The food that moves in the alimentary canal, that is due to those smooth muscles. And finally, the cardiac muscles are responsible for the continuous cyclic movement of the heart, or pumping of the heart, and it maintains the blood pressure. Right, so the second main function of the muscles is related to the movement and maintaining the body posture. So the muscles are arranged around all the skeleton in such a way that it enables the animal to sit, stand, or move properly. And then these muscles are stabilizing the joints by putting some extra force and pull on those joints so that those bones, loose bones in those joints are stabilized and maintained in their actual position. And one of the last most important function is the heat generation. That the muscle contraction is a result of the ATPs, or the active energy function. So all those ATPs which are burned in the muscles to produce contraction, they are used to produce excessive heat for the body's thermoregulation process. Right, so by an estimate, about 75% of the ATPs that are used by the muscles are to produce heat, whereas only 25% of that ATPs are used for the actual muscle contraction.